Hello students, welcome back. So we were discussing about the electrolysis part and we have started with the product of electrolysis, that how to determine the product of electrolysis and what are the different factors. So we have seen the three factors. That first is the nature of nature of electrolyte, then nature of electrodes, and then last one is the species to be oxidized or reduced. Fine. So all these factors will influence the product of electrolysis. Okay. So we have started with the first part, that is the nature of electrolyte. So first we have seen, when we have taken molten electrolyte, molten NaCl, what are the products? That sodium gets liberated at the anode and the chlorine gets liberated at the cathode. Okay. So now let's see, if we'll take aqueous solution of NaCl, which is known as brine, brine solution, 10th standard you have studied. Fine. So now in aqueous solution water is also present. Fine. So dissociation of aqueous solution of NaCl, this provides what? Na positive aqueous and Cl minus aqueous. Now water is not that a strong electrolyte, it's only feebly ionized. So water will also give you H positive and OH minus aqueous. Now see, two different species are there, H plus and sodium ion. So both are cations. Now both are having a tendency to get discharge at the anode. Fine. Now the thing is that which one will go or which one will get liberated at the anode. So let's see that. Now here the role of E naught comes. Okay. So let's say at anode, two reactions are possible. First is Na positive. Anode means what? Oxidation. That is loss of electrons. So Na positive will lose its electron and gets converted into sodium. Okay. That is the solid form of the sodium. This is aqueous. And similarly, H plus aqueous will lose its electron and gets converted into hydrogen. That is half hydrogen. That is a gas. Okay. So here the E naught value for this process is equal to minus 2.73 volt. And here for hydrogen we know that E naught is equal to 0.00 volt. Fine. These are the reactions at cathode. That is, reduction is taking place. By the gain of electron. Then only it will get converted into neutral species. Okay. So here gain of electron is taking place. Fine. Okay. At cathode, reduction. Fine. And they are also in the molten NaCl. Okay, that will compare. Okay, fine. So at cathode, these two types of processes are taking place, and we know at cathode, higher E naught value. Product with higher E naught value is preferred. It means this reaction is preferred here because its E naught potential is more as compared to the sodium. So this will, you can say, hydrogen will get liberated at the cathode. So this is the reaction, H plus aqueous half H2 gas, and water. In water, if we dissociate water, what we will get? H plus OH minus. Fine. Write down the overall reaction. What we will get? This will get cancelled out. So water gives you what? Oh, sorry. Plus electron gives you half H2 plus OH minus. Okay. So this is the reaction taking place at cathode. That is, hydrogen is getting liberated or evolved. Fine. So on the basis of E naught we have to decide the formation of the products. Now let's see the reactions, and there in case of molten NaCl, sodium gets liberated at cathode, because there was, you can say, at that in molten NaCl no competition was there, so only sodium was there, that only gets evolved at the cathode. Here two are there, so we have to decide that which one will get liberated at the cathode. So on the basis of E naught, so higher E naught value you have to remember. Okay, higher E naught value means less discharge potential. Okay, it is having less tendency to discharge. Okay, so let's see the next part at anode. Now at anode also two things are there. Chlorine is also there and OH minus is also there. So at anode, which process takes place? Oxidation. That is loss of electrons. So chlorine will lose electron and gets, this is aqueous, half chlorine gas gets evolved. E naught of this is 1.36 volt. Okay, similarly OH minus is also there. OH minus will lose electron and OH. Okay, here it is not balanced, so we need to balance it. Okay, let's take the, from the water only OH is present. Okay, that is 2H2O gives you O2 plus O2 plus 4H positive plus 4 electron, and E naught value for this is 1.23 volt. And anode we have to see lower E naught value. Fine, at anode we have to see lower E naught value. So let's see. Fine, so these are the processes which are taking place. Okay. So now you know that lower E naught value is water is having, that is oxygen, but we have seen that note point, we have studied that in this few cases the reaction is slow at the given voltage. So we need to apply the external voltage. So this reaction of water, it is kinetically slow. We'll see what is kinetics. Kinetically slow. Although it is feasible, so it requires extra voltage. So according to E naught value, water has to be, you can say, oxidized, but it is not getting oxidized due to its over or extra voltage or over potential. So instead of that, what is getting liberated? At anode, chlorine gas, that is chlorine gas gets liberated at the anode. Okay, due to over potential of this reaction, water, over potential of oxygen, because it is kinetically slow, so it will take more potential to take place. So accordingly this has to be done, but it is not the case according to E naught value. This chlorine gets liberated at the anode. Okay, and in molten NaCl also chlorine was getting liberated at anode. So this is the difference. This is same, this is different here. At cathode, here sodium is getting liberated and here hydrogen is getting evolved. Here chlorine gets liberated, here also chlorine is getting liberated at the anode. Fine. So let's see the overall reaction. So what is the overall reaction resulting solution? At cathode, at anode, and overall reaction. So this was the reaction. NaCl aqueous gives you Na positive aqueous and Cl minus aqueous. Fine. So at cathode, what we have seen? Hydrogen gas has evolved. And at anode we have seen chlorine gas has evolved. Fine. What is the overall reaction? Just add NaCl aqueous, add all three. Whatever is going to cancel, cancel it. Okay, here we have chosen this reaction. We'll have to write that the final one. H2 plus that H plus will get cancelled out there. Half H2 plus OH minus aqueous. The final one we have written, that we have to consider. So here NaCl plus water, fine, gives us Na positive aqueous, Cl minus aqueous, H plus electron will get cancelled out. Then we'll left with the half chlorine. This chlorine will get cancelled out, and half hydrogen gas. Okay. So here instead of that you just consider this reaction only. Only one, so that no confusion should be there, because after that we have combined also that reaction with the water. So water, okay, water is there, gives you half H2 gas plus OH minus aqueous. So this is the reaction. Fine. So we have combined. To see the overall solution. Okay, here Cl will not come, OH minus will come. Cl will get cancelled out. This is OH minus. Overall solution is basic in nature due to the formation of sodium hydroxide base. But if you see in general, what is the nature of NaCl salt? We say it's a neutral. That is pH is equal to 7. But on electrolysis, it is found to be, it is basic in nature. pH is, you can say, it is alkaline, and slightly it is equal to, pH is equal to 13, nearly 13. So this is the difference. Okay, the normal NaCl salt is neutral one. As we say that it is formed by the combination of strong acid, strong base, that's why it is neutral. But aqueous solution is not neutral because it's formation of the basic in nature. This is the solid part. So this is the difference. But you have studied in 10th standard, now we are finding it is basic in nature. Fine, so this is about the electrolysis of the molten, that sodium chloride, aqueous sodium chloride solution. So now we'll see the electrolysis of acidulated water. Okay, electrolysis of acidulated water. That is, acidulated means in which ions are present. As we know, seen that normal water is a feebly ionized. It's a bad conductor of electricity, but in the presence of the ions, H plus ions, in the presence of acid, it becomes a good conductor of electricity. So let's see. Electrolysis of acidulated diluted water means contains acid. Fine. So let's see. As we know that water is feebly ionized. Okay. So to increase its conductivity, H plus ions are added. So generally we'll add here H2SO4. So both will dissociate now. Water will dissociate, gives you H plus and OH minus. Acid will also dissociate, H2SO4. This is feebly ionized, so you can show the equilibrium sign. 2H positive and SO4 2 minus. So now this is the situation here, that both the ions are present. So upon passing electron, you pass the electric current, what will happen? Now here H plus ions are there. Fine. So H plus ions, they just move towards the which side? Reaction takes place at anode as well as it takes place at the anode. Okay. So here H plus ions, they just start migrate towards anode. Okay. So it's H plus cathode. Start migrating towards the cathode. Fine. So what gets evolved there? H plus cathode reduction. So it will accept the electron and gives you H. Okay, here it is becoming neutral by accepting the electron. So this is process is your primary process, as we have seen in the electrolysis. Primary change. Now this neutral species, again it remain as such, or it will further take part in the reaction. Okay. Then this process is known as secondary change. Okay, so this we have seen in the electrolysis part, that if the ions are releasing their electron, means discharging their electrons towards the respective electrodes, so then it's the primary change becoming neutral species, and then neutral species either it will remain as such or it will further take part in the reaction by the reaction. So that is known as secondary change. Okay, so hydrogen gas is getting evolved at the cathode. Fine. Now in the second case, we have a competition between the two ions, because for the cathode no competition was there because H plus ions were only present. Now for the cathode anode, we are having the competition between OH minus ion and sulfate ions, so which will go at the anode. Okay, so here you can say for anode what is required? Lower E naught value. Okay, so OH minus ion is having lower E naught value, so sulfate ions will remain in the solution, and OH minus ion with the less discharge potential will get liberated at the cathode. Okay, so let's see the process. Anode. So let's see. At anode, OH minus ion is there and sulfate ion is there. So this will remain in solution. And this is having lower E naught value. So OH minus ion, anode is what? Oxidation. So it will lose its electron and form simple OH. Okay. So 4 OH minus gives you 4. 4, this is also primary change, and further OH will take part, 4OH will see and gives you 2H2O plus O2. This is your secondary change. This is the secondary change. Okay. So if I will see the overall reaction, so here O2 gets evolved at anode and their hydrogen gets evolved at the cathode. Fine. So we'll see the overall reaction here. What gets liberated. Okay. So let's see. So let's see the ionization of water. H positive, OH minus, 4H positive, OH minus. We'll take 4 to balance the reaction. 4 here, 4H plus here, and 4OH minus. Fine. Now this is the ionization process. Now this 4H plus will lose electron, will gain electron, 4 electrons, and gets converted into hydrogen gas. So this is at cathode. And then 4OH minus will form O2 gas and lose 4 electrons. O2 plus 2H2O. Okay, this gets liberated at anode. This is the reaction. So O2 is getting evolved at anode. This is getting evolved at cathode. What is the overall reaction? 4H2O. Sorry, this will get subtracted from here. 2H2O gives you what? This will get cancelled out. 4 electrons will get cancelled out. OH minus will get cancelled out. So you will left with 2H2 plus O2. So this is overall reaction. So this is getting at anode, liberated at anode, and this is at the cathode. Fine. So this is about the electrolysis of acidulated water. That what are the products. In exam, how the question will come? That write down the electrolysis product of the given solution. Then you have to do it in this manner. Fine. Now we are left with the third part. That is the electrode part. Okay, second part is electrode part. Third we have seen in between only. We have compared the values of E naught and all. Now the last part is left with the inert electrodes and with the non-inert electrodes. Okay, so that we will see in the next video. Fine. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.